Hey friend, this is Bill MacDonald, the Reading and Writing Doctor here. I'm going to share with you how to begin to transition to what's going to be called the extended essay response questions for reading. Everyone from 3rd through 10th grade is eventually going to get one question that has from 0 to 3 points on development and organization from 2 different readers, and from 0 to 2 points based on the conventions. The grammar is the paper indecipherable or I illegible, I indecipherable in terms of cups, capitalization, usage, punctuation, spelling, sentence boundaries such as run-ons or fragments. So if your student gets a perfect score on this extended essay response, they would get 5 points from one person and 5 points from another. They combine those two scores and the students would earn 10 points, and it's only going to be one reading question starting next year based on that. So I thought I would kind of introduce you to that. If you are not interested in worrying about that for now, you can skip this question with your students. But we do live in an open-ended world until we get to classrooms where it does become multiple choice. So I just thought I would kind of give you a head start on how to tackle this kind of a question so that your students, especially after the test in May, can begin to prepare for it. So the question says, why is the last stanza, what I'm going to call the caboose, the red train, lines 26 through 30, important to the poem? Everything's written for a reason. Extended answer, 10 points. Be sure to answer the question, 1 point. Give evidence from the text, 2 points. Develop your ideas in detail, 3 points. Check for capitalization, uses, punctuation, spelling, and sentences, 0 to 2 points. And I don't really know how many lines on the computer they're going to give your students to type out their response, but it's important that they remember that when they're typing, it's going to be typed in print, to put 1 space between each letter. And if you are teaching them this and they have a lot to say, then 1 space between after a period, exclamation, or question mark. If you're trying to save space because of the amount of characters that they might limit your students to, or 2 spaces if you're going to just do it normally. In the multiple choice question that this came from the test in 4th grade, only 58% of the students in Texas were able to infer why a stanza was included in the poem. So I'm going to do this with my mouth. I'm going to answer with my mouth so that as much as possible, I could put my response in pencil once I'm done. Even though my sister is smarter than anyone I know, opinion, this is something she can't even begin to understand. I just knew that from that very day on, that my destiny was a future filled with writing. I would somehow master the art of moving my thoughts from my head to these pages. So in summary, the girl has had a composition notebook based on the title placed in front of her. She does not know how to read or write, um, which is written in stanza 3. Long before I could read or write, stanza 2. But she's saying that her future, her goal, her dream is to one day be able to put the words and the thoughts that are going on inside her head down on paper, which is mentioned in stanza number 6, that she feels like her destiny, her fate, her future exists in being a writer. And apparently, because this person named Jacqueline, who actually wrote this poem, was able to see her dreams come true. So sometimes Just because you're not able to do something right now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to do it forever. That if you just take the steps and, like my binder does, begin with letters, penmanship, writing neatly, transition to words to become a good speller, move on to capitalization of phrases with proper nouns and common nouns, capitals, write in complete sentences that have a capital, a subject, a predicate, and a stop sign, a punctuation. Put a group of sentences together called subject verb agreement and usage, whether it's singular or plural that you're talking about, past, present, or future. And pretty soon you'll be able to be like Jacqueline, who will be able to be a writer who goes from not even knowing her letters and words to be able to be writing uh, full-fledged free verse poems, which is one of which that you see right here in front of you. So I don't need all of that information in my response, but I did answer the question. I did use textual evidence from 3 different stanzas, and I explained myself based on the thoughts that she expressed in some of her last lines. And of course, I would have to practice my conventions, because you could have the best response in the world and use the textual evidence, but if the conventions are illegible or indecipherable, your kids would still get 0 points because they wouldn't be able to understand what your students were trying to write. It has to be at least poor grammar to get some points, not indecipherable or illegible grammar, which are 2 of the 9 reasons that kids can get zeros when they're responding to a question or a topic. So something to think about for the future. Please share or tag your reading and writing teacher friends that are trying to transition to constructed type responses worth 1 point, short answer worth 2, and extended essay response worth 3. More importantly, if you would like an in-person training this summer, feel free to message me if you're a teacher, an educator who helps other teachers, such as a curriculum director, because even though only reading teachers are going to have to do those extended essay responses, everyone in the testing grades are going to have to do short answer, where they have to say, what is the answer, 1 point, where is the answer for the 2nd point, and at least be able to somewhat justify their answer with some sort of a mini explanation to get the 2 points. So I hope and look forward to seeing you sometime this summer or this coming school year. As we transition, please share or tag this video with your reading and writing teacher friends. I look forward to being able to help you for the rest of these couple of weeks. For those of you who already have the 4th, 3rd through 5th grade reading practice test, or the 6th through 8th, or those of you who have the high school one and you're preparing the students who might possibly have to retake the test, the retesters in June, let me know what question that you would like me to go over specifically in Messenger or in the comment section. Just let me know which test we're talking about and which question, and I'd be happy to skip around for you guys. Take care and God bless.